Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy spot! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Hi, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Sunday football review for round 15 of the 2022 NRL season. And I am joined by the great ProEnzo Vidz, who has been more than happy to join me for the Sunday football review. ProEnzo Vidz, how are you, bro?
Yeah, all right. I'm going all right. Yeah, no problem coming on the review again. Should be a good one. Good games today.
Mate, there was some good games today. Obviously, the first game, Canberra 20, Newcastle 18. That was a great game. Hudson Young at the end there with the match winner. And then the Bulldogs absolutely demolished the living hell out of the West Tigers, which if the Tigers had won, I would have got 8 from 8 of my tips, but unfortunately, the Bulldogs just went bang, bang, bang. Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I had the Dogs, luckily, but yeah, I didn't expect them to score that many points back-to-back weeks, but good on them.
Yeah, I didn't expect it either. And before I get into the review, make sure you guys go ahead and like the live stream. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe as well, and go and check out the YouTube channel of ProEnzo Vidz as well. Before we get into the review of both games, just thought of something quite interesting here. Did you enjoy Sunday football, ProEnzo?
Did I enjoy it? I think the games were all right. I mean, I guess the Dogs and Tigers game was a blowout. Got a bit boring towards the end, but I think the Raiders Knights game was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was as well, mate. Before we get into the review, just gonna get my my cousin here, Jarrah, to say something. Jarrah, come over here, mate. Come over here. Come on. Mate, the Bulldogs, I got to win. What are your thoughts on the Bulldogs win today?
Up the Bulldogs!
Congrats. Well done.
Up the Dogs!
Well, you love to say it. The Dogs fans are pumped. It's good to see. It's good to see. All right, now he's just running out of the room. Why not? Why not? Up the Dogs. You love to see it. Bulldogs have been so shit since 2016. It's good to see Bulldogs find some form as of late. So
yeah.
You love to see it, mate. But let's get into the review, shall we? We'll go back to the first game down there in Canberra, bro. Raiders 20, Knights 18. Fucking Newcastle, bro. They blew it. They blew it.
They had the game, didn't they? They had their chance to win the game. They're actually in it for quite a bit, but I don't know. They just didn't maintain their lead, did they? Canberra just luckily they held on to when it mattered.
Yeah, look, I thought Newcastle did very well to come back into that game, and thought they I thought they had it. I thought they were going to hang on. I did not believe Canberra had what it took to take over that game, but they just blew it. And bro, stop, background noise. Don't want to hear it. Newcastle had this lead. I mean, Canberra did, sorry. What was it? 14-0, wasn't it? All right?
Yeah, 14-0.
14-0 up. And then half-time's 14-6, and everyone thought Canberra were going to win. Newcastle come back. They get the goddamn lead. And then we all thought they were home, and then Hudson Young, with about a minute to go, put a kick for himself, regathered and scored. I couldn't believe what I was watching.
That was crazy. That was a very important play. I mean, with a minute left to do that, that's pretty special. And it was good to Hudson Young. I thought his efforts were all right. Yeah, he was good.
I just want to let you know that your connection's a bit, it keeps like, I don't know, it's like a radio. It's like it keeps cutting out a little bit. So just letting you know there's a bit of, static noise in the background there with your audio, Lorenzo, but it should be all right. Let's get into the review, shall we? We'll go for the try scorers here from the Canberra Raiders Newcastle Knights game. First try of the game went to the Raiders left winger Nick Kotrick. I tell you what, Nick Kotrick's been good for the Raiders all year, hasn't he?
He's been better. He's been better than what he was last year. I think he's making a lot of improvement from compared to like when he was at the Dogs and all that. So it's good to see him back in his best form. He was good today. I thought with the try he got.
Yeah. I think when Nick Kotrick went to the Bulldogs, it just didn't work out. He had a few injuries and things just didn't work out there at the Dogs with Kotrick. But good to see Nick Kotrick playing some great football once again. And not long after that, bro, Tomoko went over. I'll tell you what, he's a very good young center, isn't he? He's improving every week, isn't he, Matthew Tomoko?
He's very powerful. Like he's very powerful for some of his runs he makes as well. Meters, he's a good player.
I think he's making that right centre position his own. He's doing very well. And the Xavier Savage try, Lorenzo, where they put up Jamal Foley put up that bomb. Savage went through the air and scored. That was fantastic, wasn't it?
That was a great try. Actually, that was a very good one to get themselves up in the lead a bit more. But on Savage, though, I thought Savage was a bit poor in the second half, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, good first half and really poor second half. Raiders go to a 14-0 lead at that point, and I'm sitting there going, well, fuck me. It's the same old shit with Newcastle. They keep getting injuries and whatnot. And, mate, in the first half, Mitchell Barnett got hit right in the mouth. And it was an accident. Like, he got hit in the mouth. He had to go for a HIA pass and came back. But later on, when Elliot Whitehead got sin-binned in that second half and he hit Kalen Ponga in the head, Kalen Ponga did not go for a HIA, but last week he had a HIA, failed and came back. The Barnett and Ponga one, I thought the Ponga one was worse than what happened to Barnett, but Ponga didn't go for a HIA. I mean, we spoke about it when the game was on, Lorenzo.
Yeah.
And it's just weird, isn't it?
Mate, I think it's been happening all year, the inconsistencies with the HIA rule. Like, they don't know when to take a player off or when they should monitor the situation. It's a mess, and I think it was wrong what they did with that.
Yeah, I think they really mucked up on that. I don't understand how Mitch Barnett gets hit in the mouth, has to go for a HIA, passes it and comes back, which is all good. But Kalen Ponga gets hit in the head from Elliot Whitehead, has to go. Elliot Whitehead gets sin-bin. Ponga's all good to stay on the field. It just did not make any sense to me at all. And the HIA rule, the inconsistencies with that, it's quite disappointing. And I think it's something that the NRL need to address before the finals happen in about 10 weeks from now. So it's really, really disappointing with the HIA rule at the moment. It's too inconsistent. And maybe right before halftime, Kurt Mann went over and scored. How important was that try on halftime for the Knights? Kurt Mann scoring.
Yeah, I think it was very important. They needed to score a try before half time to get some momentum back in there. So I think Mann's try was good, and it was actually a good try as well, just a very easy one to get through. So that was important.
I just want to let you know that your connection is still shocking, bro, with your audio. I don't know what's going on there. It's like you talk and it keeps going like it cuts out. Don't know what the go is there. Don't know. I don't know what it is. But half time, Raiders were up 14-6, and thought to myself, Canberra will probably win this. Newcastle won't have much. And second half, obviously, with the sin bin to Elliot Whitehead, Newcastle had an extra man, had a 13 on top advantage. And Kalen Ponga put a grubber kick in for Matt Croker, who scored in his 10th game and scored off a kick. How good was that? Matt Croker scoring.
Matt Croker, that was his first try too, I believe, in the NRL. So for him to just get over there and score, that was good result for the Knights and him.
Raiders 14-12, and Newcastle were coming for him, and then there was a line break there through, I think it was Adam McClune and Ponga. They went through there somewhere, and Edric Lee was there in support, and Edric Lee went over and scored, and Newcastle were in front, and we both said in the group chat, Lorenzo, that Canberra faders are back, aren't they? They fucked it again.
Fuck, bro. They were close to even fading it. They were very close. But lucky for them, they didn't.
And then it was 18-14 in favour of the Newcastle Knights, and we all thought the Raiders were gone, and we all thought Edric Lee scored a double because the Newcastle Knights, I think it was Adam McClune, put a kick downfield. Savage flicked it in. We all thought the Knights scored again for Edric Lee, but Anari Tuwala unfortunately had his hands on the ball, and Edric Lee was denied a double. And if that's a try, Knights go 24-14 up, and they win the game. I know
Sure.
Tawala, bro. If only he didn't touch it.
Well, if he did, then it would have been a try, and I think Knights would have won the game. That was the difference in it, that he touched it, unfortunately.
Shouldn't have touched it. Should have just fucking. If only he knew. But obviously, when you're on the field and you're going at that pace, you don't really know what's
Yeah.
going on sometimes. With like if you touched it or whatnot. So very disappointing that Edric Lee did not get his double, and very very unlucky because I thought Newcastle were home there, and Canberra had a few chances and they couldn't score. And then with what fucking about 2.5 minutes to go, or about minute 40 to go, last tackle or whatever, tackle 4, nothing really going for Canberra. Kalen Ponga was in the line in defence, and Hudson Young ran towards the post, put a grab kick in for himself, regathered it and scored. And Hudson Young got the match-winning try, and the Raiders got up 20-18. Hudson Young, he's been known to do this a few times this year against Cronulla in round 1, and he just loves scoring in the match-winning moments. And Hudson Young, man, he is a very good player, isn't he?
Yeah, I hope I come in clear when I say this, but he's a very underrated player in my opinion. I think he's someone that brings a lot of effort to a side. I think he's definitely a starting player too. Seems to do a good job on the edge, actually defending in attack as well. So I hope the Raiders keep him for as long as they can, because I think he's the future of that club.
He's doing very well on that left edge back row, and he's really making it his own. And the poor old Knights, bro, Adam O'Brien, I feel so sorry for him. Newcastle should have won that game. They were down 14-0. They got the lead, 18-14. If Tawala doesn't knock the ball on, where Savage flicked the ball in, saving that 40-20, Newcastle would have won the game by 10. And
Definitely.
poor old Newcastle, they just can't catch a break at the moment, can they? They just keep finding a way to lose games.
Yeah, but I don't know what's wrong with them. I think they were really in that game today. They should have won it. They should have won it, and but because of silly errors and all that, they still just make themselves struggle. And I don't know what's wrong with them. I think O'Brien's under a lot of pressure, but he shouldn't be though.
He shouldn't be under pressure at all. I mean, the last 2 years, Newcastle have made the finals, and he's been the coach, and it's his third year as the coach, and they're going shithouse. So it's really unfair if the NRL media start blaming Adam O'Brien for these situations. But bugger me, man.
Yeah.
The Raiders, full credit to them, because 14-0 up and they let the game go, and they were down, and they had every right to lose that game, but they did well. Hudson Young with a clutch moment, but I got to say the effort to chase Hudson Young when he put that kick through was really poor, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was poor, because he should have made more of an effort to at least be there in that situation. But not his night all day.
Yeah, not good enough. And the Raiders get the win over the Knights, 20-18. I thought it was a good game of football, bro. I know it was 11 versus 12 on the ladder or whatever, or 12 versus 13, whatever it was. It was a middle table clash. Canberra had to win to be one game out of the 8, leveled in the 8, I should say. And Newcastle had to win to try and stay away from that bottom 4 and try and keep their finals hopes alive. Obviously, Newcastle can still make the finals, but it's going to be a big ask from where they currently are right now. Would you be willing to put a red pen for the Newcastle Knights finals chances, or are you just going to wait a few more weeks?
Look, I think I put the red pen through them. I can't see how they'll make it. Look, they have the team to at least compete with bigger sides, I think, but because they can't defend, and because that they keep making silly errors per week, and just their record so far as well doesn't help them. So I think I'm going to write them off for this year.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Well, having a look at the ladder after round 15 at the moment, the Raiders are 11th. They are one game out of the 8. They are 7 wins, 8 losses. Newcastle, they're now 4 wins and 10 losses. Newcastle were 3 wins away from the top 8. So Newcastle need to get some luck and find some form to be up in that top 8. I'm not going to rule them out entirely for finals yet. I'm going to give them another 2 weeks when they come back from that week off with the rep round coming up this weekend. But gee whiz, they have a lot to fucking work on, bro. They are in a bit of trouble there. But the other thing I want to ask you about Newcastle as well is Anthony Milford. He's been probably one of their better players, bro. And Kalen Ponga seems to just not be involved. And he's just so hot and cold, Ponga, isn't he?
Look, I don't really like Ponga too much anymore, to be honest. I think he's a great player, but I just think when it's like he's in a situation where he gets hit, and pretends to stand the
stays down.
ground, I hate that so much. It really makes him look bad. It makes the game look bad when they just give him a penalty and all that. That's what I'm sick about with Ponga. He's a great player, but when he does that, it's fucked.
Kalen Ponga, every time he gets hit, he goes straight to the trainer, or he goes to the referee, he goes, "Oh, what," and all this.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I was talking to my dad about this when we were watching the game, and he goes, "Kalen Ponga back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, he wouldn't have lasted. They would have
No.
fucking mauled him back then."
He wouldn't at all, I think.
And I think he's a bit of a wimp. I think he's a bit of a crybaby. Don't get me wrong, great player, quality player, origin level player, but just stop whinging the referee all the time. Just fucking get on with it. Stop crying to the ref. It fucking shits me off. And
Ruins the
mate,
game.
Anthony Milford, I think he's playing okay at the nice. Newcastle obviously don't have the greatest halves at the moment, but I think Milford's been trying pretty hard out there.
Yeah, he's giving it a go. I think he's giving it a go. I think he's obviously a solid player when he's on, and I think he's been giving good service for Newcastle recently. So I think they should keep him going forward for sure.
How good was that chip over the top? And Newcastle almost scored. And
Yeah.
how good was that?
If that got if that pulled off as a try, that would have been unbelievable.
Exactly right. All right, bro. Your top three on ground from the Raiders and Knights game this afternoon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with number one, Edric Lee. I thought Edric Lee had a solid game. Nothing great, but I think he was nothing in my top three. Number two, I'm gonna give number two to probably Josh Papali'i, however you say the last name now these days. I put him number two, and my man that actually gonna be Hudson Young had a great game.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna go. Number three. I'm gonna give it to Kurt Mann at number three. I thought Kurt Mann was good today. I thought Kurt Mann played quite well in the middle, scored a try and did a job. Number two, mate, I'm gonna go Adam Elliott. I was impressed with Adam Elliott today. I thought he had a really good game in the middle as well. So the two locks, 3 and 2, and man of the match for me, ProEnzo Vidz, I'm gonna give it to Joseph Tarpany. He was a nightmare.
Yeah,
he was a nightmare, Joseph Tarpany. He ran for 200 meters once again, and I don't know about you, ProEnzo Vidz, but Joseph Tarpany, he's a top 5 or a top 7 front rower at the moment. He's playing unbelievable football.
Well, in terms of form, definitely. I think he's definitely in that top 10 bracket where he's playing.
Sure.
Yeah, he's been great.
I thought Tarpany was brilliant today, and I think he's in career best form. So Joseph Tarpany is my man of the match for the Raiders' 20 points to 18 win over the Newcastle Knights. Hudson Young winning the game for the Raiders in the final 2 minutes. So well done to the Raiders, and if you're a Newcastle fan, just go and drink yourself to sleep after that, because that was quite sad the way they lost that game. And we'll get into the other game now. The Bulldogs 36, West Tigers 12. If the West Tigers had won this game, I would have got 8 from 8. So this is 2 weeks in a row now where the Bulldogs have fucked me from a perfect round. So fucking hell, Bulldogs, but good on them. The Bulldogs are playing good footy, bro. It's good to see.
They're scoring more points now. That's the main thing.
They're attacking.
Before the Para game, they were barely scoring many points, or they were. But I think, looking at how they're playing now, they're really doing good, and good on them. It's good to see them play well, actually.
I thought the Bulldogs really took over the game in the forward pack. I thought that forward pack really gave it to the Tigers, like Paul Vaughan, Max King, Bagon Jr. Mate, Josh Jackson in the back row had his best game of the year. I thought Josh Jackson today.
Well, I didn't expect it because I don't think he's a back rower, but the way he played today, yeah, he was good, actually. Did all right.
That was Josh Jackson's best game all fucking season, I thought. I'm not sure if me and you spoke about it, ProEnzo, but I said at the start of the season, when we did the big season prediction show, we're talking about the Bulldogs, or I said it to someone else. I don't know who I said it to. I said it. Jake Averillo, in my opinion, should transition into a long-term full-time fullback. If Duffy doesn't work out, which it hasn't worked out, Averillo could be a very good fullback. He's got the ball playing. He's got the kicking game. He's got it all to be a fullback. Now look at him. I was so right about Averillo as a fullback. He is killing it at fullback.
Yeah, it's his position going forward, I think. they're scoring more points under him all of a sudden. He's scored a try in each game he's played so far, being there, apart from the Penrith game. So I like him for that fullback. I think he's going really well. I think that's his role going forward.
He's playing great football. It's good to see as well. The Tigers, obviously Alex Twal going down early was very poor, and hopefully he's okay. That was not good at all. Going off on a stretcher, that was awful. The Tigers, we know they don't have a coach. Brett Morley's really struggling at the moment. The Bulldogs don't have a coach either, but they're all coming together as a unit. The Tigers aren't. How on earth did the Tigers turn this around?
Look, if I'm going to be honest with you, Nick, I think it's going to take a long time for that club to be in a position where they can be, around the top 8, because I just think that there's too many issues there for them to be competing again. I think it starts with the halves, with Luke Brooks especially. He's one issue.
Oh, he was terrible today.
He needs to go. He just has to go. And I think it needs some better players around the club as well. They've got no real leaders, no real good forwards. It's just like the squad's a mess and the back room's a mess. It's just long off season.
I felt so sorry for Jackson Hastings today. I felt so sorry for him. He was out there. He had to go. Obviously, threw an intercept for Aaron Schoff there late in the game. But what do you want him to do? I mean, he's trying to set up a try, and the Tigers had no one else having a go. Adam Dewey came on and played right centre. Looked so out of position, didn't he, Adam Dewey? Put him at 5'8", put Hastings at 7, and fuck Brooks off.
Oh, I agree. I think they would spark in their attack at least a bit more. And with Dewey at 5'8", I think he was their best player there, probably when he was actually playing 5'8".
Yeah,
so
he was.
They must do that.
Yeah, they're a mess, bro. Tamo scored a try for him, which...
How?
Who the fuck would have predicted that?
Not me.
I have no idea. Let's get into the game. I don't think we'll spend long on this game because it was pretty much a one-sided game. First try of the game, bro. Marshall King from dummy half. Gee, he's...
Yeah.
Look, I don't believe Marshall King's a great player. I don't think he's anything amazing, but gee, he's doing a job, isn't he?
Well, yeah, that was a good try to start the game. Like, his running game's been pretty good, I think. Actually, from dummy half, seems to be doing all right from there. Not the greatest dummy half at all, but I think he's doing a good job. This year's been good, I think.
Yeah, Bulldogs got off to a great start there, 6 points. Tigers hit back though from David Nofaluma. Bro. Even in a bad team, he always has a go, doesn't he, Nofaluma? Always gives 100%.
Yeah, he's a very consistent player, and he's done well to stick by that club for many years now. So that was a good try by Nofaluma, actually, and to stay in as well. That was good.
Don't understand how he hasn't left the club, but yeah, he did well to score that try. Adokar probably should have made that tackle. That was poor from Adokar. He should be better than that, as we know. What would it be, 6-all at that point or something, whatever it was, 6-all, and then there was a try to Avarillo. Half time, Bulldogs 12-6, bro, and I thought the Bulldogs probably should have been up by more than what they were, but 12-6 was a decent lead for the Dogs.
Yeah, I thought up until that point it was half time that they were doing everything right. They seemed to be dominating more than what the Tigers were for the middle and everything. Maybe just their attack in the first half let them down for not scoring a bit more points, but other than that, they were pretty good. Yeah.
We get to the second half there, and I thought, the Tigers need to start the game off well, and they had a few chances early on, but they just couldn't score. They were just dog shit, and then there was another try to Avarillo, bro. Got his double. Fuck, he's a good player, Avarillo. Fuck, he's playing good.
Yeah, I think he's hitting his form now. This might be the time he's really becoming the player he should have been a long time ago, I think. So good on him. He's doing really well.
And then Jacob Kiraz went over in the corner, and it was 24-6. And Kiraz is a very good young kid, isn't he?
I think the future of Kiraz is definitely has a lot of potential. A lot of potential. A lot of things that people should be very wary about and excited about. And I think he's the future of the Dogs. So he was great today.
Definitely. And then when the Bulldogs scored that try on debut with Curtis Morin, when he scored that try, I sat back and I went, well, that's the game. The Tigers are no hope now. They're gone. Yeah. Mate, how good was that debut, that young kid, Curtis Morin?
Yeah, he was good. I like the look of him, actually. He looks all right. I'll make my videos and upload after this, so it should be good.
Awesome. And then obviously Aaron Schoff got an intercept, ran about 90 metres and scored. What was it, 36-6? And then with about a minute to go, James Tamo, who of all people just crashed over and scored. Got me. Who the fuck predicted that? And we get the full time, mate, and the Bulldogs get the win over the Tigers, 36 points to 12 there at Combank Stadium. Gee whiz, I'm not sure what the crowd was, but there was a lot of blue and white Bulldogs fans there. Fuck me, they were passionate today.
Yeah, they're all there, I thought. Just seeing the ground, it was all covered in blue and white, like you said. So it must have been a good crowd then.
It did. I think it was a good crowd. I don't know. I'm assuming it was about maybe 15,000. I'm not too sure, but
Yeah.
Bulldogs ended up getting the win over the Tigers, 36 points to 12. Big win for the Bulldogs. They now go to 13th on the ladder. They're now 4 wins and 11 losses. Not bad for the Bulldogs. I think the goal for the Bulldogs is to avoid bottom 4, bro.
Yeah, I think it has to be from the rest of the year and to probably the end of the year. Yeah, that's the aim.
Get out of that bottom 4. That's what the goal would be for the Dogs, and just try to avoid the wooden spoon. So
Yeah,
that would be the Bulldogs' goal. But ProEnzo, Vidz, mate, who would your top 3 players on ground be from the Dogs-Tigers game?
Yeah, so I'd go number 3. I've got probably not Avrilo, that's my man of the match, but number 3, I've got the front rower for the Dogs. I thought Max King had a good game. I thought he was solid up front actually for most of the time. Number 2, I've got Carraz. I thought Carraz was awesome in the way he played today. And number 1, my man of the match, it has to be Avrilo. Avrilo was all over him today.
Yeah, nice one, bro. My top 3 on ground from the game, mate. I only got number 3. I only go with Paul Vaughan.
Yeah.
I thought Paul Vaughan had a really good game. Obviously, Paul Vaughan's leaving at the end of the season, heading to either Wigan or Warrington. I believe Warrington, but I'm still waiting for it to be confirmed from the UK Super League. Number 2 might surprise a lot of people, but I'm going to go with Josh Jackson in the back row. Josh Jackson had his best game of the season, I thought, today. And I thought, as a captain, as a leader of the Dogs, I thought Josh Jackson was outstanding. And number 1, my man in the match, I'm with you, ProEnzo. I'm going to give it to Jake Averillo at fullback. Scored 2 tries, got a double, played fantastic this afternoon. So Jake Averillo is the man of the match for us, for the Dogs. But man, I'm so annoyed. 2 weeks in a row, I've got 7 from 8 in my tipping, which is great. The Bulldogs ruined my tips against the Eels, and the Bulldogs ruined my tips today against the West Tigers. So annoying.
They ruined me last week. They ruined me last week, but this week I had the feeling they'll win today. But that's tough luck there.
How did you go with your tips, by the way, bro? I got 7 from 8 once again.
I got 6 out of 8 this week. 6 for me.
So hang on, who ruined you? Manly ruined you?
And Souths.
Fucking Souths. Don't worry. I would have got them all if the Tigers had a 1, but that's all right. Always next time. But ProEnzo, Vidz, mate, that's going to wrap up the review, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no, this was a good review. Thanks for having me on yet again. And I enjoyed it. Hopefully rep round's good. I'm looking forward to rep round.
I'm looking forward to it. You got New Zealand versus Tonga. You've got Fiji versus
PNG.
Who are they playing? Fiji.
PNG.
Cook Islands?
Cook Islands v Samoa and PNG play Fiji.
That's right. I'm looking forward to that. That should be fantastic. Well, everyone, make sure you go and check out the YouTube channel of ProEnzo Vidz. The link for his YouTube channel is in the description below. But guys, we're getting on out of here. I'm gonna go see what this New South Wales team looks like. I'm hearing that it's almost out. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Well done to the Raiders, 20-18 over the Knights, and well done to the Bulldogs, 36-12 over the Tigers. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good night, and we'll see you guys in the next one.